What happens to the dead organic matter that empties into this pond, that comes in the sediment of the incoming stream, or that fall as leaves each autumn from the trees around the pond? What becomes of all of this organic matter? There are organisms which help to recycle the nutrients and return them to food chains, and a number of terms can be used. Here I will use two, detrivores and decomposers. Detrivores can actually ingest particles of this dead matter, say particles of rotting leaves, let's say. And then using digestive enzymes inside their bodies, they can break them down, absorb the nutrients, and thus recycle the nutrients from the dead matter. The detrivores that one could find in this pond would include crustaceans known as ostracods, fly larvae known as chironomid larvae, and crustaceans known as isopods. All of these organisms can also prey on other organisms such as algae or cyanobacteria, but they are in part detrivores, which can process dead material. Decomposers are a little different. They do not ingest particles of detritus. Instead, they secrete digestive enzymes into the environment. The material is digested outside the organism, and then nutrients are then simply absorbed. Bacteria are very important in this role, as are fungi. There are, as one might imagine, variations on some of these themes. For example, some ciliates do not possess mouths, and they exist by simply absorbing nutrients from the environment. And so they are processing and recycling nutrients often from dead material. However, they are not having the same role in digesting the material to break it down the way bacteria and fungi would. Fungi can exist underwater and help in decomposition there. So for example, there is a fungal group which actually is aquatic and flagellated, the chytrids. Also, hyphae, these are the microscopic strands of fungi, are found in aquatic environments. Here on the surface of this snail, one can observe a fungus growing. And note how similar it is to this terrestrial fungus in the upright spore-forming branches, the conidiophores that it produces. Through the actions of detrivores and decomposers, the organic material and the energy from dead materials such as dead leaves and rotting plant and animal matter can then enter the ecosystem again and feed new organisms and thus work their way up the food chain, since animals may eat these decomposers and detrivores, and then larger fish eat the animals that ate the decomposers, etc.